I don't want to show off. At least that's what I said to myself when I joined theater in grade 10 on a whim, thinking I would be a crew member and that would be all. Little did I know I would become more, finding a taste for the spotlight and learning the importance of a positive outlook. Hi, I'm Ella and I like to talk, but I also love to sing. And that's why I decided to join musical theater and audition for a role. After playing a smaller role the year before, I knew I was capable of bigger things. Except, at first, I didn't want to lead. However, that all changed after I hit the stage for the first time as a serious actor. On stage, I feel like I can do anything and be anyone. And who I wanted to be was Janet Van de Graaff. Beautiful, poised, and talented, the perfect woman, fighting between independence and true love. There ain't no nail that I can't hammer, she says in her song about whether she should leave the 1920s performance group depending on her presence. She is loved by all and desires to give up the stage for her true love. And I loved her. After playing a smaller role the year before, I knew deep down I was capable of being her, of being a star just like her. And personally, I was depending on getting the lead because no small role would fulfill me this time, or so I thought. Time went by. Then there it was, the cast list. Finally, my dreams would become a reality, and all I had to do was find that team's message, open up my name, and there, right there, Ella Hurley is underling. Wait, who? I felt a sinking feeling. My world went quiet while I tried to figure out who this person was. A quirky butler, fed up with those he works for. Boring. Another small role? Am I meant for those and those only? I didn't understand, and I didn't accept. But why was it such a big deal to me? It's just a role. Rehearsals progressed, and slowly, suddenly, underling didn't seem quite so bad anymore. He allowed me to capture the humor of the play and to sharpen a new area of my acting abilities. He broadened my potential as an actor, and for that, I was grateful. Then, I was given the chance to understudy for Janet, and I was so excited. It was everything I had hoped for. Now, I'm learning both roles. It's overwhelming, but I'm doing it. Fast forward, and now show night is here, and my teacher tells me, Ella, you get to perform as Janet tonight. This is my moment in the spotlight, and it was wonderful. But something felt off. Oh well. For the rest of the week, I'm playing underling, and wow! I had so much fun. As the week progressed, I began to get more and more invested into the role. And then suddenly I wasn't just playing a character anymore, I had become underling. When I stepped out onto stage, that is who I was, nothing more and nothing less. Did I have more fun being underling than Janet? No, it cannot be possible. And yet it felt right. Here I am thinking that this huge role, the lead, would be everything I wanted. And yet the smaller role is what I wish I could play again. My teacher was right. I was meant for it. So why didn't I appreciate it sooner? Well, for starters, we're taught that bigger is better. Show a child 2 lollipops, one big and rainbow, the other small and red. The child will almost always choose the big rainbow one, the star of lollipops. But being a star is a lot of pressure. more to do, more to learn, less freedom to mold the character to yourself in order to make it believable. Having a smaller role meant I was able to push my limits as an actor and embrace underling. And there, boom, my lesson was learned. My big rainbow lollipop came in disguise as a small, pathetic red one. I couldn't tell whether it was a good thing or not until I looked inside the wrapper and saw its color. My teacher saw something in me that I couldn't, and because of that, I experienced something amazing. And also because I tried. There is a big difference between someone who loves to sing but isn't very good at it, and someone who loves to sing but is. The person not as good will try harder to prove that they can be better. Whenever you think you can't, giving up is proving that you can't. But if you don't give up, even if you're unhappy, you're proving that you can, and that one day you will. The thing you don't think you want is the thing that will make you better than you were. I didn't think I could be underling, and then I was underling. And a part of me still is, because I love underling. And I bet everyone in this room has had at least one moment of self-doubt in their lives from something not going right or according to plan. But what exactly is right? Well, it's the opposite of left. And what's left is a new path for us to travel. The old one being left behind is where everything felt right and it was going on track. And then suddenly, bam, confusion. But there are more than one road to travel. And it is more than the one behind and directly in front of you. I say directly because beside it are more. If you don't like where you are, wait for a stoplight, put on your blinker, and turn onto your next path. But beware, this path is only right for now. Because that's exactly what life is. Live in the now, be in the now, experience the now, now, now. Have a dream that will help you to determine what path to choose next. It takes a lot to have a dream, to nurture and care for it. But much like with most things, you must determine whether it is worth fighting for. And that's where our perspectives evolve. I didn't get the role I initially wanted. And because I expressed such disdain for it, I easily could have been stripped of the role or just quit altogether. But I knew how much I loved theater. And so I stuck with it. Because it wasn't worth the possibility of losing something that I so dearly loved. I succumbed to the magic of theater. Speaking of magic, how many people in this room have seen a rainbow? I know I have. And for those of you who raised your hands, congratulations, you have experienced magic. But think about that rainbow though. You never see the proper end, do you? It either disappears from the line of sight or just becomes blurry. Endings are not clear for a reason. They are not always set in stone. Everyone is aware that there is one, but when it is and what it looks like will be determined by how you choose to move forward. I thought my ending as underling would be disappointing. And truthfully, it was, because it was over. We never really appreciate things until they're over. So after all that, what precisely are my points? Well, to appreciate things before they're over. Because life moves really fast and it is incredibly easy to forget the good things in life. But you can be grateful for what you have without trying to not feel any other emotion. That balance is incredibly important. And to find that balance, what works for me at least, is making lists. Every night, write down 5 things you are grateful for. For example, me being here, having this opportunity, being underling, my family, my friends, my cat. Just be aware that they are there in your life. Every candy wrapper is made to be able to unwrap. Think of hard scenarios as a great big candy wrapper. Just find one of those annoying little corners, peel it back, and within it, you will find your truth. So I pose this question to you. What is the meaning of life? Here's my theory. It is simply to live. As I've grown up and started to live my own life, I realized that is my answer to the age-old question. We need to make mistakes in order to learn. And we need to learn in order to live. Because if you try to live a perfect life, are you really living it all? This is my answer to the age-old question. So next time you ask yourself, why? Add one more word. Why not? 2 little words to help you live and learn, to become a better person. And now you all may be asking yourselves, well, has she learned? Good question. However, I'm a teenager. I have more life to live, and I have a lot more mistakes to make, but I'm trying. And maybe they're not even mistakes anymore, but experiences. Making memories, spreading laughter, keeping it positive. Create your magic, because there are multiple paths, and it is never too late to change where you are, because absolutely everyone has their happily ever after in any form you can possibly think of. You just have to build your own stage. Thank you.